the big Ever Ads news this week. We have some very, very exciting news for you. There's one big feature update that a lot of you have been waiting for, and we're going to demonstrate to you today. Maybe, Mark, can you just give us an intro on what it is, and then maybe Jack, because you've been working a lot on the setup side of it, if you can just quickly explain what we've built, and then I'm going to do a demonstration on how we can use it.
Yeah, so we've it's the Meta integration is finally here. So we've had some beta testers testing it out now for a couple of weeks. Jack's been building this for some time, and we have to get approval from Facebook. So the whole process is quite long, but it means that we've got a really great and deep integration into the Facebook, and it means that you're going to be able to publish posts. So at the moment, we've solved the problem of being able to create creatives at scale and quickly, because that was could be a slow and tedious task previously, and now you can create hundreds at scale. The next tedious task was, once you've got all of those ads, you've got to then go and upload them to Ads Manager, which takes a long time and it's very slow. So now you can just we've selected created some templates. Oh, I'll let Jack you carry on with the next bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this kind of was born out of our own experience more than anything. We were, at some point we were new to ads, then we learned about ads, and then we started creating them at scale using Ever Ads. And then it was like, oh my gosh, how painful is it uploading 50 ads to a campaign at once? It literally took us hours. And so that's sort of one of the big drivers for creating the feature. And then the other sort of big sort of issue for us, particularly as we were learning more and more about ads and Meta, was what on earth do we configure in this thing? Like, there is so much complexity in Ads Manager, and it's so easy to forget that we're in a community of people that are, like, a lot of them are experts. They've been in this place for years. And, sometimes you ask like what seems like a simple question, and without meaning to, like, it can feel like you're being belittled because, oh yeah, you just select this, and this. Like, come on. You're like, I don't even know what those words mean. Like, there's some words that are so native to Ads Manager that it's just very overwhelming. And so not only have we put a lot of time and effort into setting up the technical process of taking your ads from Ever Ads and getting them into Ads Manager, which is like the time-saving thing, we've also spent quite a bit of time creating templates, and that's supposed to be the bit that helps the knowledge part of it. So that is a complete consolidation of all of Evelyn's knowledge, and it's all there for you to see and use. And it should just massively give you the confidence that what you're setting up based on the outcome that you're trying to drive for is the right thing. And, like I say, all from Evelyn's years and years worth of experience in there. Yeah, we've been using it ourselves for a long time. We've had some Meta beta testers, which I do want to shout out before the Ever News is over, because they've been so amazing at making sure this feature is in a really good spot for this sort of general release. But we are very, very excited to see how much productivity and how much like fear is reduced and everything around creating ad campaigns from this feature. So yeah, very, very excited.
I think this has been a complete game changer. So I've been using it for my own account and also for the school account, right, where the stakes are really high. And together with my own account and this account, I've created 185 campaigns in the last week, and there was not a single error, which I think is amazing. The only thing that could happen is when I really loaded up the campaign with 150 creatives, I would have to go in, but it's all baked in. One time hit the refresh button, so it will even tell you, right? So, and this didn't even happen on all campaigns. I think it had something more to do with my Wi-Fi, where it will then tell you, hey, this is slow now, you can refresh, hit the refresh button. And it's insane how much time it saves, and also how much easier it is from a cognitive load perspective. One thing that I notice always in my work is every single day we have a certain mental capacity available to make decisions and to do complex tasks. And when I'm in Ads Manager, it takes a lot of capacity because I have to be so mindful, especially now with all of your new extensions, promotion extension, site link extension, website highlights, website summary, and Meta trying to sneak it in with every new ad that you're setting up. It just took so much focus to make sure it's not changing the settings as I go. So it really felt like there's these runs where you have to jump over a hurdle and then you have to crawl under. I felt like every ad was me being like, okay, Meta, let's do this. And now, because all of the settings are baked in, and I've meticulously checked every single one, because you can set it up in a way that it's not active right away. So you go into Ads Manager and you check it one last time before you launch it, which we do recommend. There was not a single time Meta did one of the craziness where it switched to a different feature, etc., which that in itself is just such a huge relief, just knowing, I can't mess up the setting, because even I can mess up the setting. It takes one unfocused second on Meta, and $500 spent later, I'm like, no, how could this how did the related media get in there again? So like, really, it's been absolutely game changing. And one of my wishes for Mark and Jack was to make it like similar to a ManyChat, where it's like, I just want to tell the thing what it should do. Right? I just want to know, like, I want to promote a paid community, which when you look at the underlying campaign setup, it's almost identical to selling a product or offer, but it's hard for me to explain it to students, right? Like Jack and Mark said, I'm like, well, this is just a sales campaign optimizing for purchase again. And to me, it's very obvious, but to a student, they're like, is this right if I want to sell a product? I'm not want to selling the community right now. So we were able, I think, to translate it a little bit more back to how the user would think about how they actually want to approach a campaign. So I'm really, really excited about it. I quickly want to log into my own account and show the setup. Is that okay?
Yeah, please do. Please do. I think the one thing I would say for anyone that starts using this is that, this is the like a part of a vision as well. Like, this is the from Ever Ads into Meta direction. There is an ambition for us to start putting those insights back in. And again, like, that's a scary thing, right? Like, oh, what do I do? And when my campaign's been running for 72 hours, those kinds of things we want to try and help you with. But whilst you're using this version of the Meta feature in the way that I cannot emphasize enough how valuable the group of beta testers have been for us in shaping this feature, because it's all well and good, me, Mark and Evelyn having conversations about what it needs to look like, but having the guys use it, that's what really makes it valuable. And we're only a part way through that. So as more and more of you use it, the more feedback you can give us about how it's working for you, like, the better. So please feel free to do that.
Better Meta.
But yes. And I hope you guys can see that we're really determined to make this tool a core part of your business that is really there for you to take offload every single day, and actually makes it doable to advertise. I had this conversation with Sam the other day. It's like, because we're running ads for the community owners, and we both are like, how is a regular person supposed to be able to do this? Like, it's really crazy. And we see the amount of hours upon hours of training I have to put inside of Grow with Evelyn to help people get to that point. But then you have to go through all of these hours, then there's still the insecurity when you hit publish, right? Have I done the right thing? So the more we can take that time away where you have to watch videos and the uncertainty, because you really just have to press the button, the better it is. I quickly want to show like a full workflow to illustrate how quickly it is with Ever Ads to do the ads. So some of you know I've created this new workshop based on the new positioning I was able to find with Ever Ads. And now I want to show you how easy it is to get from your validated offer angle to the next set of ads, basically. So I went through the positioning challenge, which is still available for you guys inside of Ever Ads. Then I found my new community positioning. Based on that, I did a workshop so that I now have full fulfillment on that promise, right? And now I'm going to advertise the workshop. So I'm just taking the transcript of what I've done, and I go back to Ever Ads, and now I create a new offer. And this is the workshop, Become an Educational Creator Fast. And I'm just going to put this in here again. And then I can just take the transcript of the actual content that I did, use Ever Ads to shorten it. I just want to show you the full workflow from you have content inside of your community or offer to doing this. And if you sell, physical product, you just pop your sales page in here, and then it will scrape it for you. Okay, use this version. Perfect. I can go ahead and continue to the personas. First round, I always do validation. And this looks pretty much perfect. Continuing to the beliefs. And by the way, guys, this process will also be, we're just working on an update for this as well. I think, Mark, you shared a screenshot about that in Grow with Evelyn yesterday, right?
I did. A little teaser. Teaser.
How much can you tease a little bit more? Or are you like,
yeah,
give me some more time?
Yeah, so it's getting there. It's we've kind of like rewritten the whole kind of process of quite a few times already. I guess twice probably, and now this is like to be a third time. But it's just all the learnings from like creating it a few times and then seeing your feedback. And this kind of linear process we figured just doesn't really work. Like if you want to go and you kind of use it again and again. So the whole point of what we're calling the new messaging hub is that you're going to be able to attack any angle of the messaging that you want very easily and surface new ideas for angles for your offers like much more quickly. And I think super key part to it is like we haven't been like totally happy with the call outs that come out of this kind of linear process, because what ends up happening is we're throwing a lot of things into an AI and then expecting it to like work all of that out and then come up with some good call outs, and it doesn't always work. So it's much more focused when we ask it to with the messaging hub. You're drilling down on one specific area, which means the call outs are much better. And using Evelyn's experience, we are building into the mix a whole load of call out formulas as well that we know are proven to work. So rather than let the AI come up with something on its own, which you can still do. So like it's kind of like the I'm feeling lucky of call outs. It's like you can still let the AI go wild, but also we have these kind of known formulaic call outs we know work, and there's going to be a ton of those in there that the AI is going to pull upon to create our call outs. And already like just through where we are right now, we can see the call outs are like way closer to like where we want them to be, like a first hit. Evelyn's demonstrating right now where the call outs don't quite work right now.
Yes.
So that's why
I just have to tweak them a little bit.
So,
but there's also some really good ones in here I can just use as is, like if you like a roadmap to become a niche educator. But it's like small things I would still tweak here, and that hopefully will soon be a thing of the past.
You're not going to have this big wizard anymore. Like you'll have the last bit where you're going to add reference images and badges still and choose your styles and layouts. Obviously that stays the same, but all of the other pieces you can, and you don't have to build it all at once. If you just want to focus on one, you go in and you want to focus on one pain point in particular, you can just go and do that. And like you don't have to then talk about the beliefs and the personas and all of those things. You can just do it with how you need.
Yeah, it's one of the bits of feedback that I think we've had a few times now is, okay, I've done my offer, I've created it, I've ran my ads, and now I want to come back and I want to do some more, but I want, I've already created my offer. And it's like, whatever ads does really well today is that first run through, the first creation of the offer and, creating of the call outs and everything. But then coming back to it, it's a little bit janky at the moment. Whereas this messaging hub is definitely, it's more of an evergreen thing. Once you've created that offer, you can keep coming back and attacking, from those different angles. You can see where you've not covered before. So that's another big part. And like I said, that's come directly from people's feedback.
And what I really love though about the current one is it always gives me angles I would have never thought about.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the beauty of this part of the creative process. It is great at coming up, giving you angles and ideas. That you just
I think it's really great. Okay, now I have 136 creatives, just enough to fill a campaign. And now I can go to the offer. I mean, one day people will forget how long it took to do this.
Yeah.
I know. I remember it would take me a good hour to have 5 sophisticated new ads out there.
I was saying this the other day to Jack, Evelyn, that some people have never done ads before and they've come in and their first entry into ads is using Everads. And I'm like, they've never known the pain. It's like,
they're getting so
what some of your parents say. You never knew what it was like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like
what we had to go through to make ads. I mean, honestly, before ever ads, unless it was Canva bulk import just on like a black text on a white background, I've never made 100 ads in a sitting. It's just like physically not possible. And that's so great now. Okay, let's head to the offers. And that's also, it just, because I think the process itself becomes really enjoyable. I do it with my husband, actually. When I make ads for the school creators, I make the community test with him as well. So if a community is efficient enough for us to consider making a dedicated campaign for it, I always ask my husband, do you understand what they do? Because, I want to have like an outside person seeing if it clicks quick enough. And then he always is like, oh, are you going to make ads for them? And I'm like, yeah, okay, can I see, because him and even my son, they like so much like seeing what just comes out of this box. And I think because it makes the process more enjoyable and exciting, you just make more ads. And when you make more ads, you eventually find a winner. So yeah, these are starting to come out really cool.
And honestly, it's worse with the Meta integration because you can get a campaign up in 20 minutes. It's like I'll just do like 3 in my lunchtime. And now I
Yes.
for the first time I've maxed out the number of ads in my account like really quickly because like I didn't realize you can only have 250 running ads. And
Yes.
it was so easy
That
to get there.
becomes the next constraint. That's true. But what I really love is, it's also you don't have that like attachment to it because it took you so long to make the ad, right? So it's also okay if it didn't work out. You're like, okay, you be gone because I know always where to find new ideas as well.
Yeah,
I
that
love
was
phone
such.
mock-up one.
Yeah, they're great. I was going to say that's such a good point, Evelyn. Like I've fallen into that trap, and I think there's been a few other people, and I've certainly seen it grow with Evelyn. You think you've made like this ad which is stunning, and you like, why isn't it getting sales? Like, why is this not getting sales? So you leave it for like another few days because you think the sales will definitely come, and then maybe they don't ever come. And I think we've banged this drum quite a few times. Like, just chuck every ad in the campaign. You have no idea which one's going to get clicks. Like, I might think that one's the prettiest, but my audience, it doesn't, and that's okay. And the not having the personal attachment to the time and the effort that you've had to put into creating the ad through this, I don't think I've really appreciated this point, but that is just so true. Like, it's so true.
Yeah, and it's never the ad that you like most that comes out as the winner anyways. So
sometimes it's the most ugly ad.
Yeah.
That's why it won.
Often.
It's so ugly.
That's why they always say, ugly ads work, because it's just true.
Maybe we need the ugly ad feature.
So I'm just going to select all of them, and I will uncheck a few if I feel like, oh, it's not quite there. So I like those where it's like really the school logo. This one is not like fully there. So I'm going to put it away. This is still good with the community. So these card ones, I know a lot of people kind of don't get them, but I wouldn't sleep on them. I would at least test them once or twice. Yeah, it's so hard to say. Let me just see if this turned out good. Like even this, I think it must pull it from the context as well, right? Because it's not it's not far off. Very cool. Okay, I think just these ones, those were actually classroom banners. So I accidentally selected them. I'm gonna uncheck those. Okay, now I already have the ads. Now I can say create campaign. It's a paid community. I'm gonna use this template. Now I want to validate the offer, right? Because we have not tested the workshop yet. My community is $7 on the lowest tier, so it will start the campaign with $14. Now I'm going to go with the recommended tier 1 market. I have to put my community URL. I think that's the only way where you could go wrong is like you send it directly to this, not to the about page. But I think, do we even say this? Yes. Okay, great. Create the campaign. Now we have all of the ads selected here. You could, like this just finished creating. So I'm gonna select this as well. Add ad copy. Now this is the only thing I like to add the ad copy here because I like to just put the about page copy.
Yeah, definitely worth saying that ad copy is definitely in the bucket of things that is a focus area as we move forward. It's definitely not perfect right now. It's good, and it helps you. You can create in bulk here, which from some of the feedback from the testers has been that has been really helpful. But yeah, it's there's definitely
look, now I just used the about page copy as the template for it, and it still made me some great variations. So I think that still works out quite well. And then gonna do the 5 headline variations. Perfect. And I also like the description. Mostly people will not see this on the ad, but it also gives Meta more context. So now I can apply this to every ad, continue to review, and gonna publish it. And this is the ready to launch. Everything is active. We just have it paused. So you can check it one last time in Ads Manager. Oh, where's my ad account? I might need to connect it again.
Oh yeah, it's possible that there's been a connection on another account.
The problem is because I use both for the school ads as well, so I keep connecting back and forth.
Yeah.
But that's maybe a good thing to also show how the connection of the ad account works.
Yeah, for sure.
So here you see now growth Evelyn. Okay, continue. Here, I think this is where it might not have picked it up. Just let me quickly enter my password, guys. And in case anybody wonders who Helmut is, it's my dad.
Yes, it's probably worth saying, just in terms of what's going on here, this is about what Meta is going to share with EverAds, and then once you're in EverAds, you've got complete control over, what accounts you select and everything
There
like
you
that.
go. Now it's here. I just needed to connect it. Perfect. This is the pixel. Now I can go back to the campaigns. Do I now have to start from scratch? No, I don't. So I can just go continue to publish. Now this is what we want to see. But that was also good because now people know how easy it is to connect the account as well. You see now it's creating the campaign, the ad set, and now it already starts to publish the ads. I'm going to quickly open up my ad account to show you what's happening there in real time because it's beautiful. Now you can basically go and make yourself another coffee if you're an ad.
Honestly, 127 ads, that would have taken me and Jack more than a day in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it would have taken me at least to create the amount of volume of creative also a day, but to upload an hour plus for me, and I'm super, super fast. But then, you also can make these mistakes or it gives you like a format error, etc. You see how it just comes in here? And now you see already 16 ads are here. You can preview it and it's all there. So yeah. This to me it's just magical and it makes me love my job as a media buyer again. You can see what's happening there. Yeah, and now it's just working for us. That is the news. So mark check. Will everybody get this into their account now? Will we charge extra for it? Tell us more. Now is the part where we're like, and a kitchen knife and this house.
Yeah, no. So everyone with an EverAds account is going to have access to this. We want to make it. We just want to make this feeling that we have. We want you guys to have it. We want you to feel excited and unafraid of creating ads. And the Meta campaign feature is a massive enabler of that. So everyone's going to get it. I just need to basically press go. So if you go into EverAds right now, you won't see it, but probably maybe say an hour's time, we'll make sure it's available for everyone.
I have to be that person. I'm sorry, but can you tell people what comparative tools on the market charge for just this function? Because I've been looking for a tool like this for years, and Mark and Jack also found it, and they sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So can we share a bit more like what they charge?
Yeah, for sure. I think we actually had a look at a couple of different solutions. There was somebody in the community that shared, I think she said, I use this other tool to just do this specific process. You have to upload your ads in Awana to the tool and then they'll create the campaign for you. I think it was around $60 a month or something, Mark? I can't remember exactly what we were looking at.
About that.
I think we were a bit
also important to say that a lot of these are volume capping. So we were looking into this for school, and for the amount of volume of ads we would have needed, it would have been a $5,000 a month fee.
Yeah,
because a lot of them also charge you by volume on the uploads, and then you just have to upload. You still have to do all of the settings as well, and you have to do the generation. Also, important thing. Oh my goodness, I forgot that you cannot. You can also duplicate your campaigns, which I absolutely love. It's such a cool feature. You can delete them in there as well. By the way, so I stepped out of it. It still continues working, right? It's still publishing. Now, if I wanted to run this ad again, I can duplicate it with creatives or without creatives. So you don't have to go even through the full setup process again. You can just go in here and you can say add more creatives. So from our generated ads, then we can just select this offer that we want to have it from, or we can also just upload an image. So let's say, I really want to upload this new mockup that I made for our PLR membership. I can just add it here to the campaign as well, and then just add it from here. So it's once you've done your first setup, if you just have like your one community that you have always with the same copy, etc., your setup becomes even quicker because you can just duplicate. And if you have ads that you've created outside of EverAds, you can just upload them here as well. So you don't even have to have your ads created inside of EverAds for this to work, right? So you can see now it's already here. And this is publishing. Now you see view the progress. And this is the progress just continued while we were talking. What I was saying here is just monitor this here. If this for whatever reason should slow down, when you'll see a button appear that says refresh, and then it just continues to upload, basically. And we
Yeah.
also have that info. It's safe to leave the page. You can go, you can create more ads, you can go do something else. And then you just go to your ads manager and refresh, and then you just publish from here once you're happy. So here you can see 108 ads are already up.
This is probably a great time for me to just shout out our beta tester. I just want to just take a second to do it because I cannot stress enough just how, like I said, just how valuable the feedback that's been coming in from these guys. And the feature is a little bit scary for us to publish out because there's a cost associated, right? Like if it goes wrong, people can spend money, and that's like, something we wanted to really avoid. So these people that volunteered themselves to beta test, I'm just so grateful for them. April, I think she published her first ever ad using this feature and had a great experience. And I'm not joking, every single one of these people has given really, really good feedback. April, Lydia, Catherine, Marley, Diana, Nikki, Danielle, Barbara, absolutely brilliant. Megan, thank you. Murray, Sean, Sabine, so much great feedback coming through from Sabine. Avner, obviously Mark, Tara, Emily, again, I think sort of more towards the beginner end of the spectrum, and is giving so much really, really useful feedback from that perspective. Kate, again, so many great ideas, little nuggets. Amanda, particularly from the sort of more compliant heavy side. Kurt came in sort of halfway through the beta tester and just dropped bombs of like nuggets of little features, and then Kathy and Frank as well. So yeah, just wanted to call you guys out because when you're using the feature, if it feels good and you're like, oh, this is great, I cannot stress how much of that I can attribute to those beta testers. So thank you very much.
So good. Thank you, everyone. That's so cool. I really love that we're building it with the community and that all of you are getting involved and tell us how to make it better. That's beautiful. All right. So I just want to show the final step, basically. Now I'm in Ads Manager. I'm just going to do like a quick checkup, right? So you'll see basically all of the settings we have chosen are there. It is a sales campaign, right? Our budget is the same as we have chosen. It has selected for us all of the right settings here, including the countries. And then in here, it made sure that we have all of the tricky features unchecked. It added all of our copies in here, all of our headlines and descriptions. And so our pixel is connected. Now this is ready to go. And I will just turn this campaign on. All right. Anything else we want to share? I think we're pretty much through, right?
Yeah, that's the big one. That's it.
That's so massive. Thank you so much, Jack and Mark, for making this happen. This is really a dream. I also shared this behind the scenes with some big advertisers, and they were blown away by the feature as well. So yeah. Try it out. Let us know how it goes. And can't wait to see your ads in the community. Let me see if we have any questions still. I have an older laptop, so setting up a campaign with 15 ads used to take me 2 hours because of all the details and tweaks. And even if I checked 3 times, I'd still find that Meta sneaked in some things that I didn't want. Yes, 100%. It's so tedious. And then I think the biggest cost is like after that, my brain is done. Like I cannot have more creative energy for other things, right? It's just like mentally so draining. And now I'm cruising through, I have a podcast on or like a song, and it's like now it actually is easy work, and I still have so much capacity for other things, which, it just gives me more than that time back. It also preserves my mental energy for the rest of the day. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to jump off now, and I wish you a beautiful day. We have another feature already in the pipeline that you're going to love next week, but this is a big one. So we leave it at that, and going to catch you next week. I also plan to do a little challenge where I will walk through every day through one of the campaign setups and show you exactly how I'm also thinking about the creative strategy behind it and the full funnel behind it. So please keep an eye out for that. Similar to the positioning challenge, I want to ensure that you also have the education to make the most out of it. So keep an eye out, and we'll chat with you in the community. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.